Yeah, okay, let's do our regular warm-ups and just a nice overall practice. So feet hip width apart, toes straight ahead, sitting bones down, hips open. Activate your core, ribs toward your spine and up, and relax your shoulders. Take a moment to focus inward. Breathe. Exhale tension. Spread your toes, lengthen through your whole spine, and bring your arms to shoulder level. Exhale, hands to your heart, stretch to the front, shoulders down, and then clasp your hands behind you, press them to the floor and lift your heart, and exhale all the way over. Take a moment to breathe, lift your sitting bones, stretch the back of your legs, bring your hands toward your head, and move your chin around, releasing your neck. And then bend your knees slightly, start at the bottom of your spine, come all the way up, and relax in the back bend, stretching your head back, spreading your toes. And inhale upright, release your arms, and feel your mountain pose energize. And again, arms at shoulder level, hands to your heart, stretch to the front, and clasp the opposite way behind you. Again, press the fingers down, lift your heart. And pivot at your hips, exhale all the way down. Spread your toes, stretch your legs, and breathe. Bend your knees and come on slowly back up. And again, another little back bend. Feel your spine working, keep stretching it out, don't crunch the neck. And inhale upright. Release, coming into mountain pose, getting ready to side stretch. So one arm out, palm toward the ceiling, hand over your shoulder. Push the arms away and lean to the side. Push the fingers out and feel those ribs stretch even more as you push the foot you're leaning away from down. And then come on back up and release. Bring the other arm out, palm to the ceiling, hand over your shoulder, stretch it out, lean to the side. And again, just maximize through the ribs as you open and stretch the spine. And again, inhale to the top and release. Back in mountain pose, just take a moment to get that spine stretching apart. Arms at shoulder level, palms up, hands over your shoulders, and just clasp your elbows. Stretch up through the whole spine and turn to one side. Spread your toes, get the weight even on both feet, and pivot on over in the twist, and just relax. Keep your arms by your ears. Lift your sitting bones, straighten your knees, and then stay in the twist as you work your way up and lift your heart just a little bit for that upper body back bend. Shoulders are down, don't forget to breathe. Inhale up, exhale around to the center, switch your arms around, balance it out, and bring your arms back by your ears. Stretch the spine apart again and turn to the opposite side. And another breath in, spread your toes, exhale over, keeping the weight on both feet. And again, deepen as far as you'd like to go on this side, just relaxing, letting that spine get warmed up. And once again, inhale your way back to the top and lift your heart. Drop the shoulders, bring the elbows back. And again, stretch through the neck, through the whole spine. Inhale upright, exhale around to the center, arms up, shoulders down, and then swan dive forward. Stretch it out and drop into ragdoll. Pull in with your hands behind your legs. Get a good stretch, and then hands back to the center and another roll up into mountain pose. As you get back into your standing position, just take a moment feeling your spine, observing your body, spreading your toes, stretching up through the crown. Let's get our balance practice over with. So spread your toes, lift the toes, get the ball of the foot connecting with the heel. Sink into that foot, ankle, knee, hip, shoulder lined up, core active, and crown reaching to the ceiling. Keep that spine supported as you bring your other leg up a little or further toward your heart. Don't cross the leg over and circle your ankle. Both ways. Keep your flexibility. And as you're ready, bring the foot back down and switch to the other side. Lift the toes, get that good support, lengthen your spine, keep that core working to support your low back, and keep the shoulders down as you bring that other leg up. And again, only as high as it wants to go. And when you're stable, work your ankle. Breathe with it and straighten as you release. Sink evenly into both feet. Exhale any tension. And let's start at the end of the mat. And in prayer position with your hands. Look at your hands, inhale them toward the ceiling. Bring the thumbs back and lift your heart. Swan eye forward all the way down and into our halfway up stretch. Hands on your shins, under your knees, elbows, knees, spine straightening. And then bend your knees slightly, hands to the floor, and step both feet back into plank. So coming into plank, make sure your ankles, knees, hips, and shoulders are lined up. If you have a tendency to sink through your low back, push it up a little bit. And heels and crown reach away from each other. Spread those fingers, take a breath, and then push back all the way up into down dog. And move those feet a little bit if you need to for positioning. But you want to be as much of a V shape as you can here. So press away into your hands, come up on the fingers, press the heels of the palms back down, get really connected, and push way up and back with your sitting bones up toward the ceiling so that your whole body is reaching back toward your legs. Your head is reaching toward your hands, and you're in as much of a V shape as you can get to be. Stretch up, and then lift your heels, bend your knees, and bring them to the floor. And then the tricky part, you're going to bend the elbows, bring the chest forward, and slide into a cobra. So as you come into your cobra, keep those elbows in toward your sides. Remember, the hands are not supporting you. You're just coming into that upper body back bend. Feet stay hip width apart. Crown toward the ceiling. Keep the chin slightly in. Remember, keep your neck stretching. And don't forget to breathe. And then pressing into your hands, come to your knees, tuck your toes under, lift your hips, and come back into down dog. And again, as V-shaped as you can get, stretch it out. Head toward your hands, sitting bones up and back, heels toward the floor. And then step your right foot forward between your hands. If it doesn't get all the way up, you can go ahead and pull it with your hand on your heel. And then press the other foot forward into ragdoll and relax. Palms together, inhaling and toward the ceiling. Come all the way up, nice little back bend. And again, exhale, pivoting forward. All the way down and into the halfway up stretch. Lengthen through the spine, shoulders back toward your waist. And bend your knees, hands on the floor, and the left foot steps back, and then the right into, once again, plank. So get that nice straight body, keep the core working, get a good support in your middle back. Take a breath, stretch out through the heels and the crown, and then knees to the floor, and bend your elbows, chest down, sliding into cobra. And again, as you get all the way down, just relax the lower body, it does nothing. Chest forward, remember chin in a little bit so that back of the neck keeps stretching, and crown toward the ceiling. No pressure in your hands. Take a moment, feel the back bend, keep breathing, and then pressing into your hands. Exhale as you come to your knees, tuck your toes, again lifting your hips, pulling your chest toward your thighs into your down dog. Take a moment, stretch it out, keep breathing. And this time our left foot goes forward between the hands and again into your lunge position briefly. And then step forward into ragdoll. Take a breath and relax. And again, hands together, inhale it, come on all the way up. Look toward your hands as you come into that back bend once more. And exhale into mountain pose. Take a moment, breathe, and relax. It's a little more energetic there, getting that blood flowing today. Take a moment to breathe and bring your hands again to your heart. Inhale, hands toward the ceiling, another little back bend and swan dive forward and into that halfway up stretch. And once more, bending your knees, this time all the way into child pose, coming to the floor. Hands palms up, forehead down, and don't forget to relax. Feel the spine stretch, feel the hips release, and feel the whole body give a good release through the hips. Inhale, sitting up, and slide off, coming into our staff position. Heels out, toes up, and sitting bones slightly behind you. Remember, keep the core active, supporting your core and spine. Crown toward the ceiling, knees up, toes up on the feet out to the front. We'll warm up the hips a little bit with our foot to the opposite thigh, knee coming down. And remember your options. You can pad behind for a little pelvic tilt to make it easier, or bring their leg over to the side. Take a breath or two. You can put your hands on your knee, but remember, never press, only add weight. Take a breath, just relax it. That's when it gets a little bit more stretch in the hip joint. So go ahead and let it release any tightness. And when you're ready to come up, bring your hands onto your foot and knee and move back and forth, or pull the leg in a little closer for a little more intensity. And just back and forth, side to side, to get that lubrication in your hip joint. And if that's good and you want more, higher or closer also makes it more intense. And then release your leg and feel your change on the two sides. So balance. So bring the other foot up. And again, just let that knee come down as much as it wants. Keep the knee and toes up on your front leg. Bring it over to the side if you want to. Add the weight of your hands if you want, but no pressure. And just let that leg relax. Keep breathing. Feel your hip. Let it release. Exhale any tightness. Just keep breathing. And again, bringing your foot and knee into your hands or arms. Rotate side to side. And again, as much as you need to, get that lubrication going and warmed up. Staying there or making it more intense if you're loving it. Don't forget to breathe. And go ahead and release back into staff position. As you get there, let's activate the core a little bit. So bend your knees and bring those heels in till the feet can go flat with the knees straight up. Remember, we don't want them flopping apart or caving in together, just straight up. And then we're going to activate the core. So ribs toward your spine and up, keeping that core working for support, and lean slightly back till you feel that core engage a little bit more. Keep your hands palms up just to keep your shoulders down. And we're going to work the feet. So bring one foot up a little or more, or straighten the leg. Stay on your sitting bones, don't go rolling backward, and keep the thighs maybe as parallel as you can as you raise that foot. Take a breath, stretch it out. If it starts vibrating in that core, you can put your foot back down anytime and just stretch the spine. Take a moment. If it's too tight in the hip flexor, remember you can lower your leg. Take a few breaths, stretch it out, and then exhale that foot down. Stay there or inhale and take a break for a moment as you release those hips. And of course, we're going to balance the body. So again, activating the core, keeping that spine nice and straight, staying on your sitting bones, lean slightly back with those knees straight up, and the hands palms up just for your shoulders to release. And again, the other foot can come up a little or more or straight. And again, go as much as you want, but stay on your sitting bones, don't roll back. Stretch out, kind of push out through the ball of your foot, or you can flex the heel if you prefer. So do what's right for your body in this position as you work to get that core working a little bit more emphatically for you. And again, when you're ready, exhale that foot down. Take your break or just stay there with that ab contraction, getting a little bit more work going there. And of course, we're going to do both feet together. It's more intense. So if you've already had enough, just be very gentle and lift only a little bit off the floor with both feet, or you can go as far as you want. If you hold your toes, it'll take some of the pressure out of those hip joints. So again, core active, lean slightly back, hands palms up, feet hip width, knees straight up. And again, just a little off the floor, or more, or straighten, or hold your toes and get out of those hip joints quite so much. And again, go as much into your balance as feels right for you. If that's being interesting and you want to move your legs around, you can do that too. Just to see how your balance is working on those sitting bones. But don't go back on your sacrum, on the back of your body. Just sitting bones and extend through the legs, out through the crown, down with the shoulders, and keep that core working for support. And when you're ready to release, come all the way back into your staff position. Take a moment there, just breathe. And then we're going to bend the knees, bringing the heels together into butterfly. So let those inner thighs get a little stretch as you pull the heels in close to your body. Stretch your crown up, shoulders down, and don't forget to keep breathing. Core active, remember always supporting your spine. And hands under your shoulders for a little pressure either in the fingers or the palms, whatever works for you. And feel that release through the legs, maybe a little bit more. And it activates that inner abdominal area musculature. So stretch up through the spine, keep the spine nice and straight, shoulders relaxing down, even as you press just gently into your hands. Let the knees come as far toward the floor as they want naturally, but don't force them. And don't forget to breathe. And then releasing your hands, slide your feet out, lift your knees, and again, coming into staff position. Take a breath and shift your feet to the end of the mat. So again, core active, and slowly exhale to the mat. As you come all the way down, just let your shoulders release into the surface beneath you. Soften your belly and roll your head just gently side to side, releasing any tension in your neck. Slide your sitting bones slightly toward your heels, bending your knees. Bring the heels in near your sitting bones and press the back gently down. Slide the feet back out and either bending the right knee and extending it to the ceiling or bringing it all the way up. Flex the heel and get it as perpendicular to your body as you can. You can keep the hands next to you, palms down or up, or bring their arms out to T position for a little more stability. So sitting bones pressing towards your heel on the extended leg and back pressing down. Keep that heel flexed. And we're going to slowly lower the leg using your core muscles for support. And as you exhale all the way down, just relax through that hip joint and allow the leg to come all the way to the mat. Take a breath, exhale, keep the back pressing down and either bending the knee and extending or raising the straight leg up on your left leg, flex the heel, and again, as perpendicular toward your body as possible. Take a moment there, getting that core working, pressing down, using that support. And again, hands either next to you or out to T position, whatever is more appropriate for your body. Take a moment and breathe. Push up through the heel, pull the toes back, keep the leg as straight as you can. Remember, you can bring that knee toward your thigh and tighten the front of your thigh to help that back of your leg stay straight. And we're going to slowly again lower the leg using your support from the abs to bring it just gently to the floor. And of course, whenever it gets down, just totally relax because yes, we're going to do both feet together. So probably you'll want, if you have any stress and strain from the single legs, to bend your knees first, or you can raise both legs straight. So again, we're coming up perpendicular with the legs to the rest of your body, straight up to the ceiling. Get the legs as straight as you can through the backs of the legs, tighten the knees a little bit, press those heels out, pull the toes back, and again, either hands next to you, pressing up, pressing down with the core and up through the heels. Take a moment to breathe as you find that position. Know that you're doing work with your core as you're in this position. So be gentle if you need to. You can keep the knees slightly bent if that's necessary. And again, you can keep the arms out to T position if that works better for your body. We're going to keep the heels pressing out and the toes pulling back as we use the abs once more to slowly lower the legs. And just go as slowly as it's appropriate for your body. If your back starts arching up, go ahead and bend the knees and bring the feet to the floor. And as you get all the way down, just relax that belly. Exhale any tension. Find your core, let it release. And bring your arms to T position so we can do a twist. So once again, pressing your sitting bones towards your heels. We're going to bring the right leg to the ceiling. Either bend it first or keep it straight. Straight up, pressing out through the heel. The other leg on the floor. We're keeping the head on the floor, rolling to the left side, foot to the floor, hands together in front of you all the way onto your left side. Hold your foot if that works for you with your left hand, and bring your right hand to the ceiling for our twist. Palm up toward the ceiling, right at shoulder level, and just bring it down with gravity. It may not make it to the floor. Don't worry, just go where it wants. Take a breath or two, exhaling, letting those ligaments release. Turn your head for your neck twist. Hold your foot if you can, and press the heel away on that extended leg in front so that your low back gets as much twist as it wants and needs as well. Remember, be gentle in your twist if you need to, and don't forget to breathe. Exhale any tension. And of course, you'll want to hold the twist longer on your own. But for now, once more, fall onto your back, foot up toward the ceiling, back gently pressing down, heel leading, core activated for support as you lower that leg back next to the other leg. And when it gets down, as always, just totally relax, getting ready to twist to the other side. Sitting bones toward your heels, press it down, and bring that left leg. Again, flex the heel as much as you can, straighten the leg as much as you can. And again, keeping that head on the floor, roll all the way this time to the right. With your foot down, hold the foot with your right hand if you can, or your leg, or whatever. And the left hand to the ceiling, looking up at it. Palm up into the ceiling, right at shoulder level. Remember, not down toward your feet or up toward your head, but straight back so that shoulder and chest and heart stay open in your twist. Head turning for your neck if that works for your neck, and foot pressing away in front if that works for your low back. Always breathe, exhaling, letting the twist happen, not forcing it. And remember, gravity will bring your hand to the floor when your spine is ready. Don't force it. Just do what's right for your body. Exhale any tension. And release that hand from your foot. Roll onto your back. And again, as you get all the way onto your back, flex the heel, press the back down. Use that core as you lower the leg slowly back down. Once it gets to the floor, take a moment, staying in T position. Hands can be either palms up or maybe palms down for a little more stability on this next one. So we're going to raise both feet up. So either bend your knees and raise both feet up straight, or raise both feet together. Sitting bones pressing toward the end of the mat, back gently down. Heels pressing out, toes pulling back. I'm going to do a little pendulum twist. So take a moment to breathe. And first we're going to rotate the feet to one side, looking toward the opposite arm. You can bring them toward the floor, but they don't have to go down. And again, only as far as your body wants. Keep your shoulders, shoulder blades down as much as you can. And then slowly bring the feet back up and bring them to the other side. If that's too much with the legs straight, remember you can bend them as much as you need to. Let them hover over the floor just slightly. Stretch it out through the heels, pulling back with the toes. And again, go ahead and raise those feet back up toward the ceiling. Once more, using that core for support, exhale and lower your feet. You can do it one at a time or both together, whichever works for your body today. Keep breathing, keep exhaling, and relax. Whenever you arch up through that low back, remember, bend your knees and bring the feet to the floor. And as you get back all the way down this time, relaxation time, go ahead and turn your hands palms up and separate your feet hip width apart. Relax the shoulders and rotating just to release the neck a little bit, and toes toward each other, opening a little bit more. Hands palms up, let those shoulders relax, sink your whole body going into that surface beneath you, just relaxing, letting your body breathe and release, growing heavy and sinking into the earth support. Just let your body go, totally relaxing, and allow your awareness to turn inward, releasing any tensions anywhere you notice in your body. As your body relaxes into the earth support, let it go even more. And let any thoughts come into your mind release as well. Breathing deep, letting the thoughts float away, knowing it's the job of your mind to keep producing thoughts. It's always your choice if you pay attention. And at this moment, just let those thoughts go as easily as your breath, disappearing without attention. And turn your awareness inward to that peace within. Fill your body with peace and your mind with peace. And just take a few moments focusing in peace. And keep relaxing if you have the time, or as long as you have opportunity. Yoga practice just integrate into your body. If it's time though to get ready for the rest of your day, just begin drawing energy and awareness with the breath back to the moment, to the room, to your body. And when you're ready, begin moving your body gently, however feels really good for you today. Moving your ankles and wrists, arms and hands, legs and feet. Breathing and stretching as completely as you'd like. And when you're ready, of course, for your final yoga hug of appreciation, sitting bones toward your heels, heels toward your hips, or your knees up toward your heart, as far as they want to go. Wrap your arms around for that appreciative yoga hug. Let your body know you appreciate its yoga work and the work your body does for you every day. And when you're ready to release, bring your head and feet to the floor, roll over to the side, and sit back up, getting ready for your day today. Thanks for joining me.